General Hospital spoilers tease Port Charles is abuzz with whispers of a familiar name: Dillon Quartermaine, Scott Clifton. Speculation is mounting that Dillon may soon return to the canvas, whether portrayed by Scott Clifton, Robert Palmer Watkins, or a fresh face remains to be seen. With Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens-Bruening, recently awakened from her years-long coma, the timing feels almost too perfect. Could Dillon's reappearance signal a rekindling of old flames, or is he poised to stir up new drama within the Quartermaine dynasty? Dillon, the artistic and often underestimated Quartermaine, has always walked a fine line between family loyalty and personal ambition. His previous departures from Port Charles were marked by a desire to escape the suffocating expectations of his lineage. However, with the Quartermaine family facing internal upheavals and external threats, Dillon's return could be both timely and strategic. His unique perspective and creative flair might be just what the family needs to navigate the treacherous waters ahead. Lulu's awakening has sent shockwaves through Port Charles. After years in a coma, she has returned to a world that has moved on without her. Her ex-husband, Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, had found solace with the late Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, and her children have grown and changed in her absence. Lulu's resilience and determination are being tested as she strives to reclaim her place in this new reality. Her interactions with Dillon, should he return, could offer both comfort and complexity as she navigates her re-entry into society. A job at deception, a budding friendship with a stable boy, and a deep dark secret that is keeping her from coming clean about her feelings for Dot could all take a back seat if Dillon walks back into her life now. The history between Dillon and Lulu is rich and layered. Their youthful romance was marked by passion, misunderstandings, and the challenges of growing up amidst family drama. With both characters having evolved through their respective journeys, a reunion could explore how past affections adapt to present realities. Whether as friends, confidants, or something more, their renewed connection promises to add depth to the unfolding narratives in Port Charles. As the possibility of Dillon's return looms, fans are left to ponder the implications. Will he be a stabilizing force for the Quartermaines, a catalyst for Lulu's reintegration, or a wild card stirring the pot? Keep checking back with us for more GH news and spoilers right ahead. Port Charles is about to get a whole lot messier. In a town already riddled with scandal, betrayal, and long-buried secrets, the return of one familiar face is about to send shockwaves through the lives of many. That's right, Dillon Quartermaine is back. But this isn't the same lovable filmmaker fans remember. This version of Dillon? He's older, edgier, and dangerously unpredictable. And rumor has it, he's got his eye on Lulu Spencer, and not just romantically. The name Quartermaine carries weight in Port Charles, and Dillon's entrance is sure to stir up more than a few complications, especially considering how entangled the Quartermaines are in the city's power plays and family feuds. But what makes Dillon's return all the more tantalizing is that he's not just looking for a fresh start. He's here with an agenda, and Lulu might be the key to unlocking it. Dillon's reappearance isn't the result of a nostalgic yearning for home. Insiders say he's carrying emotional baggage and a vendetta that has yet to be unpacked. After years away in Los Angeles and Europe, bouncing between directing gigs and avoiding the dysfunction of his family, Dillon is walking back into the Q mansion with something to prove and someone to confront. There's growing buzz that Dillon's return will have strong ties to Tracy Quartermaine, who may have lured him back with a promise or a threat. With Tracy's health rumored to be on the decline, or so she claims, Dillon might be back to stake a claim in the family's legacy before it's too late. But while ELQ may be part of the draw, there's a more personal reason Dillon is walking the streets of Port Charles again. And that reason's name: Lulu Spencer. Fans will recall that Dillon and Lulu shared a romantic history way back in the day. It didn't last, but the chemistry was undeniable. With Lulu rumored to awaken soon from her coma, the timing of Dillon's return can't be chalked up to coincidence. Sources say Dillon has been keeping tabs on her progress from afar, and may have even visited in secret during her long hospital stay. But now, he wants more than to watch from the shadows. He wants in. The moment Lulu opens her eyes, Dillon could be one of the first faces she sees, and while Dant has remained loyal during her coma, with hope flickering and fading over the years, Dillon might swoop in during a vulnerable moment to pick up where they left off, or start something entirely new. What makes this triangle even juicier is the possibility that Dante and Lulu may not be on the same page once she returns. If Lulu wakes up changed, emotionally detached, mentally foggy, or even angry about the time she lost, Dante could find himself on the outside looking in. And who better to slide into that void than the charming, artistic, yet now mysteriously brooding Dillon Quartermaine? Of course, Dillon's interest in Lulu may not be all about romance. Whispers around Port Charles suggest he could be using her as a pawn in a larger game. Dillon's always been more of an outsider when it came to Quartermaine power plays. But what if he's finally decided it's time to play dirty? Lulu, a Spencer, could be the perfect leverage in a battle for ELQ, revenge against Tracy, or something darker. Imagine the scenario. Dillon and Lulu rekindle a spark, and he convinces her to back him in some Quartermaine drama involving the family business or a scandal buried deep in the mansion's walls. With her political savvy, Spencer instincts and family connections, Lulu could give Dillon the edge he needs to shake up the Quartermaine hierarchy. But that would mean crossing Dante, Laura, and even Sonny, something Dillon would never have dared years ago. But now, he might not care who he has to cross to get what he wants. That makes him a wild card, and in Port Charles, wildcards tend to leave devastation in their wake. Expect fireworks once the Quartermaines realize Dillon is back and not the same golden boy they remember. Brooke Lynn might be the first to call him out. After all, she's been working hard to restore the family's name and navigate the ever-shifting corporate chessboard. If Dillon shows up with demands or disrupts the fragile alliances within the family, Brooke Lynn won't sit quietly. A power struggle could erupt, with Ned caught in the middle, trying to mediate between his cousin and his daughter. Tracy, too, may find herself blindsided. If she expected a docile Dillon to do her bidding, she's in for a rude awakening. This Dillon might have learned all the right moves from watching his mother over the years, and now he's ready to play them better. And let's not forget Monica. She may welcome Dillon with open arms, but if she sees him heading down a dark path, expect her to put up a fight to protect what's left of the family's integrity. Another possibility that could ignite chaos is if Dillon and Maxie Jones cross paths. Their brief history wasn't exactly romantic, but with Spinelli back in town and old emotions swirling, Maxie might find herself drawn to Dillon's new intensity. That would put her at odds not only with Lulu, her best friend, but also possibly with Brooke Lynn, who might view Dillon's return as an existential threat to their carefully constructed support system. Could we be looking at a classic GH love quadrangle, with Dillon at the center, and the emotional carnage left in his wake spreading across the canvas? Maxie is vulnerable after years of emotional ups and downs, and Dillon could either be the person who helps her rediscover her strength or the person who manipulates her for his own gain. At the heart of this drama is Lulu. When she wakes up, and that wake up is coming sooner rather than later, she'll be thrown into a storm of familiar faces and unfamiliar dynamics. Dante will be hopeful, Laura will be cautious, Charlotte will be distant. But Dillon, he'll be the curveball. Will Lulu fall for Dillon's new allure? Will she see through any schemes he may be crafting? Or will she harness her Spencer fire and use Dillon's return to rewrite her own story entirely? Perhaps Lulu, wiser from her time away from the chaos, will play all sides, holding both Dillon and Dante at arm's length as she rediscovers who she really is. Dillon's return might just be the catalyst for a massive Quartermaine reset. With long-dormant rivalries bubbling, new relationships taking root, and secrets poised to spill, this storyline could touch nearly every major family in Port Charles. It's a golden opportunity for General Hospital to shake up legacy characters, give new life to old romances, and introduce a wave of tension and excitement that fans have been craving. Dillon, once a side character in larger storylines, might now become a central player in the future of Port Charles. And if there's one thing we know for sure, Quartermaines never return without leaving a mark. Dillon's might just be deeper and more dangerous than anyone expected. Stay tuned, GH fans. Port Charles won't know what hit it.